What's up, KFG family? It's your boy, Big Boy John, 25 minutes, and I'm going to do my Super Smackdown review and highlights you guys know. Hit that like button and hit that red button. Let's get started. Now, Super Smackdown was a bad show because of the main event. That main event was just terrible. Super Smackdown was just terrible by itself, but let me get started, on this review. Tonight's WWE Super Smackdown episode, the post Royal Rumble episode for the Blue brand, opens with the normal video intro. Alright, we're live from the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma as the pyro and fireworks goes off. It looks like we get a little extra power for tonight's Super Smackdown theme. Michael Cole welcomes us. He's joined by Corey Graves. We go right to the ring, and out comes Roman Reigns to a pop. Reigns stops on the stage and puts his fist down for even more fireworks. Reigns heads to the ring as Greg Hamilton does the introduction. Reigns marches to the ring as Cole shows us still from the big dogs false count anywhere win over King Baron Corbin at Minute Maid Park during Sunday's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Cole also talks about how it all came down to Reigns and winner Drew McIntyre in Sunday's 30-man Royal Rumble main event. The Usos are out next to join Reigns in the ring. Sorry about that. Reigns takes the mic and says the good news is that he kicked Corbin's all over Minute Maid Park on Sunday. The bad news is Reigns stops to think about it, looking disappointed. The Usos finish the sentence and say Reigns lost. He lost the Rumble match. Reigns says he did lose, and he doesn't like to lose. But they're going to make it all right tonight by kicking King Corbin's and his little. Then focus on WrestleMania 36. The music interrupts, and as Corbin comes out with Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode to the stage. Fans boo, and Corbin tells them to save it because the feeling is mutual. Corbin says Reigns cheated and only won the match on Sunday because the Usos helped him. Corbin says he wouldn't done better, even won the Royal Rumble match if it weren't for the cheating in the false count anywhere match. Corbin says he demanded this 6-man match because he wants Reigns and the Usos to pay for keeping him from the title shot at WrestleMania. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso take turns taking shots at Corbin, Roode, and Ziggler now. Corbin says he bets that had a lot of time to come up with jokes while they were sitting at home after embarrassing their family and reference the Jimmy's legal troubles. Corbin shows us a replay of how they embarrassed Roman Reigns with dog food last month. Reigns says either Corbin has a weird dog food fetish or he's still living in that moment. If it's the best moment of his career. Reigns promised a stipulation for tonight's match, mentioning it as the main event. The loser will have to eat dog food. Fans chant yes, as Reigns waits for an answer. Corbin accepts the stipulation. The Usos are glad Corbin accepts because they have a surprise they brought. They then have a huge amount of wet dog food brought to the stage on a table. The music hits as the announcers hype tonight's lineup for Super Smackdown. Number 1 contenders Fatal 4-Way. Heavy Machinery versus The Revival versus The Miz and Morrison versus the Lucha House Party. This match was decent. It was just a decent match. It wasn't the best, but it was just decent. We go to the ring for tonight's Fatal 4-Way opener, and out comes Tucker and Otis of Heavy Machinery. The winners of this match will become the new number one contenders to challenge Smackdown Tag Team Champions The New Day at WWE Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia next month. Otis and Tucker hit the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and the Revival is wrapping their entrance. Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. The Lucha House Party is also in the ring already. Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik. No signs of Kalisto. Out next comes The Miz first for his team. John Morrison is out next. They head to the ring together. Dash starts off with Tucker and they go at it. Tucker drops Dash with a shoulder. They go at it and Tucker catches Dash in a bear hug. Otis tags in for a pop. Tucker tosses Dash into a bear hug from Otis. Otis keeps it locked in the middle of the ring. Dash fights free with headbutts. Dash clubs Otis around and comes Dawson the double team. Morrison and Metalik tag in to go at it now. Metalik gets the upper hand and covers, but the Revival breaks it up. Lince flies and takes out the Revival with a double team. Otis and Tucker comes in overpowering Lucha House Party, but it backfired and they get sent to the floor. Dorado flies out, but Dash and Dawson catch him, then drive him face first into the ring post. Morrison levels Metalik with a kick, sending him to the floor and avoiding a pin. Morrison goes to the top and flies out, taking Tucker and Otis on the floor. Miz is alone in the ring now, as Morrison and fans cheer him on. Miz looks to run the ropes, but Dawson cuts him off with a big clothesline. Lince comes in and kicks Dawson, sending him back out. Lince runs the ropes and leaps out, taking down the other competitors in the match. We go to commercial with everyone down on the outside of the ring. Back from the break, Lince is going at it with Morrison in the ring. Miz tags in for a pop, and they double team him but miss. Morrison drops Metalik off the apron. Dorado with a double stunner to Miz and Morrison. Lince looks for a tag, but Metalik is down on the floor. Otis tags in and unloads on the Miz and Morrison, and then the Revival as they run in. Otis scoops Miz and spins around, then slams him. Tucker also comes in with some offense for a pop. Morrison kicks Otis. Otis keeps taking shots but just gets fired up, dancing around while removing his shirt. Otis launches Morrison with a big overhead throw. Otis with a running double splash to Miz and Morrison in the corner. Fans cheer as Otis hits the calipo on Miz and Morrison at the same time. Miz kicks out just in time. Otis walks into a big boot from Miz. Miz comes off the second rope, but Otis catches him with a crossbody. Tucker comes in for the compactor, but Dash sends him to the floor. Otis blocks a skull-crushing finale. More back and forth. Otis slams Miz, but Dash breaks it up. He's legal. Dawson unloads on Otis now. Metalik tags in and unloads on Dawson. Lince flies off the top for a 2 count on Dawson. There's chaos now as everyone gets involved. Morrison flies in with a spear on Tucker. Otis with a sit-down powerbomb to Morrison, but he kicks out before the 1 count. Dawson and Otis tango now. Dawson nails a DDT. Lince and Dawson trade offense now. Lince with a bottom rope moonsault. Then a second rope moonsault. Lince goes to the top for a third, but Dash cuts him off. Dawson takes Lince to the top and hits a back superplex. Dash follows up with a top rope splash. Dash sends him to the floor as Dawson rolls Miz for a 2 count. Miz comes back with a skull crusher finale to Dawson. Morrison tags and follows up with the Starship Pain to Dawson for the pin to earn the title shot. The winners and the new number one contenders, The Miz and John Morrison. John Morrison's finisher is the worst in WWE. The Starship Pain is the worst finisher in WWE. That's just my opinion. After the match, Miz and Morrison celebrates as Morrison's music hits. Their title shot is confirmed for WWE Super Showdown 2020 in Saudi Arabia. We get another look at the dog food on the stage as Graves confirms the stipulation for the main event. We see a few shots of The Fiend whipping Daniel Bryan during their strap match at the Royal Rumble. Back to commercial. Alright, back from the break, and we see frustration machinery backstage. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville walk up. Rose thanks Otis for helping her during 30 Women Royal Rumble match on Sunday. This leads to Otis asking Mandy out on a date for next Friday. Rose says she has plans next Friday. Otis looks shocked and disappointed. Rose says but she doesn't have plans for the following Friday. Otis is thrilled. Rose and Deville walk off to get ready for a match. Tucker points out to Otis that he's now has planned for a date on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Cole and Graves show us a video highlights from the Royal Rumble strap match between Daniel Bryan and the WWE Universal Champion, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, who retained. We also see Bryan post-match comment where he revealed the welts on his backs and talks about how he FaceTime wife Brie Bella and daughter Birdie. But Brie wouldn't let Birdie see her daddy. Booze because they were too graphic. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose. This match was just garbage. This match was garbage. We go back to the ring as Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss make their way out. The winners of this match will become the new number one contender to the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors. We go to another break. Back from the break, Michael Cole plugs the NFL Super Bowl live and shows us highlights from WWE Halftime Heat in 1999. We go back to the ring as Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville come out. The bell rings as Rose and Deville attack Bliss and Cross in the corner as they talking. Cross ends up trapping Deville in the apron on the outside, beating her up. Bliss comes over and rocks Deville. Rose nails Bliss on the floor, and Deville sends Bliss into the announcer table. Deville brings Bliss in the ring and works her over as the referee backs her off, warning her and checking on Bliss as she holds her neck. The bell finally rings. Deville goes right for the 2 count. 2 count on Bliss. Deville whips knees to Bliss while she's down. Rose tags in and stomps on Bliss to rally for Bliss, but it comes Deville on another tag. Deville controls Bliss and grounds her. More back and forth between the two sides now. Cross breaks up Rose 2 count on Bliss. Rose takes Bliss back to the corner and beats her down. Deville and Rose with more quick tags. Bliss finally drops Deville with a big strike. Cross reaches for a tag as Bliss slowly crosses. Rose tags in and goes for Bliss but gets sent into the bottom turnbuckle. Bliss finally tags in Cross. Cross unloads on Rose with a clothesline, then knocks Deville off the apron for a pop. Cross splash Rose in her corner and hits the Running Bulldog. Cole now says the winners may earn a future title shot from Sane and Asuka. Cross screams some more and runs wild, going to the top. Cross nails a crossbody to Rose for a 2 count as Deville breaks it up with a running knee. Bliss runs in and drops the bell with a right hand. Rose turns it around on Cross and drops her. Cross comes back with a neck breaker. Bliss tags in and goes to the top as Spence cheer her on. Bliss nails a twisted Bliss on Rose for the pin to win. The winner of the match and new #1 contenders, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. After the match, the announcers are giving mixed signals on if Cross and Bliss have earned a title shot or not. The music hits as they celebrate as we get replays. We see Shinsuke Nakamura and his crew walking backstage. We also see Braun Strowman walking. Cole sent us to a video package showing recent happenings between Strowman and Nakamura. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and we get another Super Bowl plug. We also see someone mixing up a large vat of dog food on the stage. WWE Intercontinental title match. Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was okay, for my opinion. It was just okay. But I just want to say congratulations to Braun Strowman for becoming the new Intercontinental Championship. That's all I gotta say. We go to the ring, and out first comes Braun Strowman to a pop. The WWE Intercontinental champion Shinsuke Nakamura is out next with Cesaro and Sami Zayn. The bell rings, and they size each other up as Sami talks trash already. Nakamura starts off with kicks. Braun drops Shinsuke Nakamura with a big shoulder. Braun charges in the corner, but runs into a boot. Nakamura jumps on Braun's back with a sleeper now, but Braun rams him back into the corner and breaks it. Braun with a big strike in the corner now. Sami gets on the apron to distract the referee, but Braun keeps control. Braun misses a running big boot in the corner. Sami with another distraction from the apron as Nakamura works Braun over and grounds him. Fans sorry about that. Fans boo as Sami rocks Braun from the apron with Nakamura distracts the referee. Nakamura grounds Braun in the middle of the ring now. Braun looks to turn it around, but Nakamura takes him back to the corner and unloads with kicks. Braun overpowers and clubs Nakamura down with a huge blow. Braun with two more big shoulders now. Braun launches Nakamura and lands a splash in the corner. Braun continues to dominate as fans cheer him on. Nakamura rolls to the floor for a breather, but Braun runs around the ring and dropping him with another shoulder. Braun brings it back into the ring and scoops for the power slam, but Nakamura slides out. They tangle and Nakamura draws Braun with a kick to the back for the neck. Nakamura follows up with a stiff knee for another close to count. Sami starts exposing the top turnbuckle as the referee yells at him. Cesaro tries to come in with a cheap shot, but the referee stops him. This leads to Strowman sending Nakamura into the exposed turnbuckle. Braun goes on and nails a big power slam to Nakamura for the pin to win the title. His first big singles win. The winner and the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Braun Strowman. After the match, the music hits as Braun takes the title and celebrates the big win. Fans cheer him on as we go to replay. Sami is furious. Back from the break, Sami Zayn is backstage ranting to Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura about to ingest that just happened to them. Ashton walks up for comments and Sami ran to her, running her down. Sami is interrupted by the sounds of Elias' guitar in the ring. Sami is not happy tonight. Sami and Elias have words. Elias keeps playing to taunt him. Sami sends Cesaro to the ring to take care of the situation. Elias versus Cesaro. We go back to the ring and Elias introduces himself to a pop. He says we're on the road to WrestleMania 36, and you know what that means. He wrote everyone heard he wrote everyone here tonight a new song. He asked everyone to clap along. The music interrupts and out comes Cesaro. Elias attacks as Cesaro goes to enter the ring. Cesaro fights back, is in the upper hand. Elias with a clothesline delivering more aggressive offense than usual. Elias then knocks Cesaro out of the ring with a big knee. The bell never rang. Elias' music starts up and he poses in the corner as Cesaro stumbles up the ramp. The announcer plugs Graves after the bell, broadcasts and how Ronda Rousey was one of his guests this week. Graves says if he was a betting man, he'll bet on seeing Ronda Rousey returning to WWE soon. Cole mentions how Sheamus was also a recent guest. They sent us to a video package on Shorty G and Sheamus with some footage from Sheamus' win over G during the Royal Rumble kickoff pre-show on Sunday. Sheamus versus Shorty G. This match didn't really do well for me. It didn't really do well for me. So anyway, that's just my opinion. We go right to the ring for the rematch from Sunday. Sheamus is out first. Sheamus just makes it out to the stage when Shorty G comes from behind and drops him. Shorty G keeps running to the ring and enters. Sheamus gets to his feet on the stage and he's furious. G watches from the ring as we go to commercial. I would rather call Chad Gable instead of Shorty G. That's just my opinion. But anyway, back from the break and Sheamus is in control. Cole says the Celtic Warrior has dominated through the break. G sends Sheamus to the floor, but Sheamus catches him in the midair and delivers the rolling senton on the floor. Sheamus brings it back into the ring and stomps on G now. Sorry about that, guys. Sheamus continues to dominate and talk trash, keeping Shorty G down. Shorty G fights back and connects with a headbutt, but Sheamus drops him and sends him back out. G catches Sheamus on the ropes. G fights back to the apron with forearms and punches. G goes back to the top and hits a missile dropkick to the middle of the ring. G with a corner cannonball putting Sheamus back down. G goes back to the top and nails the moonsault for a close 2 count. Sheamus counters and comes back with offense. Sheamus nails the Irish Curse backbreaker and nails a big bro kick for the pin to win. The winners of this match, Sheamus. After the match, Sheamus stands tall as his music hits. We get a quick replay and come back to Sheamus posing after the win. Back from the break, and Drew McIntyre is announced for Tuesday's WWE Backstage on FS1. We go to the ring and out comes SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley to the ring. Bayley is all smiles tonight as fans boo her when she enters the ring. Cole points out how next week SmackDown will take place from Bayley's hometown in St. Joe's, California. Bayley says, you know what, I'm good. She raised the title and goes on about how she a role model, defeating Lacey Evans to retain her title at the Royal Rumble. Fans quickly give Bayley the what treatment. Bayley says she got payback on Evans for injuring her friend Sasha Banks and forcing her to miss the Rumble. Bayley says she did all that with Evans' daughter sitting in the front row. Fans boo Bayley. Bayley says now Evans' daughter, Summer, has to look at her mother knowing she's a loser. Bayley says Summer can't sit in the crowd with the rest of the sheep and watch her now if she needs someone new to look up to. Bailey goes on and says it's given that Charlotte Flair will pick her for her title shot at WrestleMania 36. Bailey calls Flair out, but the music interrupts, and here comes Naomi. Instead of her first appearance since returning to action in the 30 Women's Royal Rumble match on Sunday. Naomi is wearing a new helmet covering her face and lit up with LED lights. Graves calls it LED fishbowl on her head. Naomi dances around and hits the ring as Bailey looks down at her. Naomi takes the mic and says she missed Smackdown. She couldn't help but hear all the trash talking. She says Bailey is out here lying and saying she beaten everyone. Naomi says Bailey has never defeated her. Naomi says as the former SmackDown Women's Champion, the title could use some glow, and the next chance she gets, she's going to drag Bailey across Naomi with a shot to the face with the title out of nowhere. Fans boo as Bailey mounts Naomi with more strikes. Naomi comes back and hits a big springboard kick from the second rope as fans pop, sending Bailey out to the floor on her back. Naomi gets fired up as her music starts back up. Bailey recovers on the ground as Naomi dances around the ring to her music. Alright. The main event of the evening. Loser eats dog food. Roman Reigns and the Usos versus King Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. This main event tag team match was just garbage. This match was garbage. The music interrupts Naomi's celebration. Now comes the Uso, her husband Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. They greet each other on the ramp, and the Usos hit the ring for tonight's main event, which will see the losers eat dog food. We go back to commercial. I didn't even really care about this match, but I know AEW and NXT must have been laughing their pants off at Super Smackdown, cause who wants to see real professional wrestlers eat some dog food? I just don't get it. But anyway, back from the break, and Roman Reigns is out in the ring with the Usos. Reigns and the Usos are looking at the table full of dog food at ringside. Out next comes King Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode for tonight's 6-man main event. Alright, Corbin and Jimmy go at it to start. Jay comes in for the double team. Jay ends up sent over the top rope to the floor. Roode catches Jay on the floor with a big spine buster. Jay gets sent over into the timekeeper's area now. The dog food is on display in front of the announcers, and everyone is disgusted by it. We go to commercial with Team Corbin control. Back from the break, and Roode is going at it with Jay. Jay finally drops him and comes Ziggler. Ziggler also goes down. Corbin tags in and knocks Reigns off the apron, then sends Jay into the ring post to prevent the tag. Corbin covers Jay for a close 2 count. Corbin grounds Jay and tells him to look out at the dog food. Jay fights off 3 opponents from the corner as Reigns returns to the apron to reach for the tag. Reigns tags in for a big pop. Reigns unloads on Corbin as fans cheer him on. Reigns unloads in the corner with clotheslines as fans count along with him. Reigns levels Corbin with a big boot in the middle of the ring. Reigns redives for a Superman punch, but he has to fight off the distraction first. Corbin is tangled again in the middle of the ring. Corbin counters and chokeslam Reigns for a close 2 count. Corbin goes on goes out and sends Jay into the steel ring steps. Corbin walks over and checks out all the dog food now. Corbin goes back in, but Reigns rocks him with the uppercut. Rude runs and distracts the referee, allowing Corbin to rake his eye, and Ziggler to run in with a super kick. Corbin drops Reigns with deep six, but he somehow kick out. Corbin is frustrated. Fans chant Roman, and now as Jimmy comes back into the mix, Jimmy stops Rude from handing the scepter to Corbin, sending Rude over the announcer table with a suicide dive. Ziggler gets involved as chaos breaks out. Jay nails a suicide dive, sending Ziggler over the announcer table. Corbin and Reigns goes at it real quick, but Reigns rolls Corbin out of nowhere for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Roman Reigns and the Usos. After the match, Reigns and the Usos celebrate as the music hits. The music stops as the Usos bring the chains of handcuffs over to cuff Corbin at ringside. He tried to fight them off, but Reigns levels him with a big spear at ringside. Ziggler and Rude are still trapped over on the other side of the announcer table. They chain Corbin to the ring post, like Reigns was chained up last month. Reigns and the Usos rolls the cart of dog food over, and Reigns starts filling it on him. The Usos grabs a large tub of dog food and poured it all over Corbin. The crowd pops. The crowd pops. Reigns dumps another tub of wet dog food all over Corbin. Reigns and the Usos pose for a photo, all smiles, in front of a dog food, covering Corbin. Fans continue to cheer them on. Super Smackdown goes off the air with Reigns and the Usos celebrating in the ring as Reigns' music hits. This Super Smackdown was a god awful show. But anyway, congratulations to Braun Strowman for becoming the new Intercontinental Championship. I really appreciate that. That's just my opinion. But Super Smackdown was just a god awful show. It was just the main event 6-man tag team match really told me, because I did not like that match. What kind of real professional wrestlers wants to eat some dog food? Well, that's just my opinion. I don't want to see that. But what really gets on my nerves is as Michael Cole keeps mentioning dog food over and over again. Lewis eats some dog food. That just gets on my nerves. But anyway, Super Smackdown was a bad show, and it's got awful at the same time. But anyway, if you guys enjoy review and highlights, drop a like on this video, share the video all over social media, and I'm finna get out of here to watch the Lakers game. This your boy Bill John 25. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Talk to you guys later, and I'm out of here.